Good evening to all and welcome to the session 200 Grammar Rules. Till yesterday you learned 148 rules. Today we are going to continue from there. Rule number 149. Even these rules go with active voice and passive voice. What is rule number 149? It goes with future tense. In a way it is related to the sentence pattern. We should use will or shall plus be plus verb past participle form to change active voice to passive voice. He will buy that book. This is future tense. How does it change to passive voice? That book will be bought by him. What is the sentence pattern here? Will or shall. Here you see will. Then be, the basic form without two of the primary auxiliary be. Bought, verb, buy, bought, past participle form, by him. She will water the plants. The plants will be watered by her. This is a pattern one has to use when it comes to future tense. Rule number 150. This goes with future continuous tense. We should use will or shall be plus being plus verb past participle form to change active voice to passive voice. Some grammarians say we cannot change future continuous to passive voice, but standard British English, we can change future continuous from active voice to passive voice. Perfect continuous tenses cannot be changed. And when you want to change what is the sentence pattern, will or shall plus be, any continuous tense we have to use the word being. Any sentence in passive voice, the main verb is always in past participle form. If you try to contrast what is the difference between future tense and future continuous, only one word, which word is that? Being. Otherwise, the same pattern. They will be packing the stuff. The stuff will be being packed by them. It sounds very odd. Because of that, some grammarians objected, but nothing wrong. We can change future continuous to passive voice, though it is not in usage. The stuff will be being packed by them. Will or shall be, any continuous tense being packed. It's a regular verb, past participle form, by them. He will be writing a book. A book will be being written by him. Will be, because it is a continuous tense, being, write, wrote, written by him, past participle form. Rule number 151. This goes with present perfect tense. Usually in competitive exams, they ask questions based on perfect tenses. That too, perfect tenses in passive voice, very important. We should use, what is the sentence pattern? Have or has. Third person singular, we have to use has. Other pronouns, have. Any perfect tense in passive voice, we have to use the word been. This is a clue for you. As usual, any verb in passive voice, it has to be in past participle form to change active voice to passive voice. Example, they have done the work, present perfect tense. The work, singular, so has, we have to use been. And the verb here, do, did, done, past participle form, by them. The work has been done by them. She has made the toy. The toy has been made by her. Imagine here you see toys, then the verb form has to change. The toys have been made by her. Here you have to look at the subject. Accordingly, you have to use have or has. Rule number 152. Passive voice, past perfect tense. We should use had plus been, verb past participle form to change active voice to passive voice. If you contrast, what is the difference between present perfect passive voice and past perfect passive voice? Only the helping verb, otherwise the same pattern. Present perfect, have or has. Past perfect, whatever the subject, we have to use the helping verb, had. Look at the examples. They had started the program. The program had been started by them. Same pattern. Present perfect, have or has, here had. We had informed them. They had been informed by us. Once you learn present perfect, it becomes easy. The last one, today I'm going to teach five rules, not four. The last one for today, rule number 153, passive voice, future perfect tense. This is a rare tense only a few people use, that too in passive voice, rarest of rare. What is a pattern? We should use will or shall plus have plus been, as usual, the main verb past participle form to change active voice to passive voice. I will have completed the construction work by tomorrow. Here, I will have completed. This is future perfect active voice. How does it change to passive voice? The construction work, a noun phrase, will have been. Here we have three helping verbs, will or shall. Here we have to use will, have, been. As usual, the main verb past participle form. It's a regular verb, complete, completed, completed. The construction work will have been completed by me by tomorrow. Then it is correct. Now, a few practice questions. The book will be published by him. When you read the sentence, first you have to know which tense it is. Second, you have to know whether it is an active voice or passive voice. Tell me, is it an active voice or passive voice? But before that, which tense is this? This is future tense. Which tense? Future tense and passive voice. That means we have to change it to future tense active voice. He will publish the book. He will publish the book. The book will be published by him. This is future passive voice. They have posted the documents. This is in present perfect active voice. Present perfect tense, active voice. How does it change to passive voice? Any perfect tense and passive voice, we have to use the word been. But what is object here? The documents. That changes to the subject in passive voice. The documents, they have posted the documents. The documents have been posted by them. The documents have been, because plural, have been posted by them. Any perfect tense in passive voice, been is compulsory. Any sentence in passive voice, the main verb should always be in past participle form. Here it is a regular verb. Post, posted, posted, past participle form. I will be writing an article. This is future continuous tense active voice. First, you have to know that. Then you should change to passive voice. An article will be. Any continuous tense, we have to use the word being. An article will be being written by me. I will be writing an article. An article will be being written by me. Future continuous in passive voice. They have been selected by the manager. This is in present perfect tense. But is it in active voice or passive voice? They have been selected by the manager. That means what? Passive voice. How do you change it to active voice? The manager. Here they have, but the manager has. The manager has selected them. The manager has selected them. They have been selected by the manager. The manager has selected them, present perfect active voice. They have been selected by the manager, present perfect passive voice. Has it been corrected by them? This is a bit difficult. What is the reason? It is in interrogative form. Has it been corrected by them? First, you have to know it is present perfect tense, interrogative form, And here you see been. Has it been corrected by them? Excuse me. I'm sorry about that. Has it been corrected by them? So it is passive voice. What is active voice for the same sentence? Has it been corrected by them? But we have to start with, because it's a question, have they corrected? Have they corrected it? Look at the sentence carefully. Have they corrected it? Has it been corrected by them? Have they corrected it? They have corrected it. Active voice, present perfect, affirmative. Have they corrected it? Present perfect, interrogative form, active voice. And how does it change to passive voice? Has it been? Because here it, we have to use a singular verb. Has it been corrected by them? Present perfect, interrogative form, passive voice. Have they corrected it? That is active voice. But which form? Interrogative form. He hasn't given the presentation. This is also important. This is present perfect tense. Which form is it? Negative form. He has not given the presentation, and it is in active voice. Once you have this awareness, within no time you can change to passive voice. He has not given the presentation. The presentation. The presentation has not, short form, hasn't been given by him. He has not given the presentation. The presentation has not been given by him. This is present perfect tense, passive voice. And which form is it? Negative form. He hasn't given. The presentation hasn't been given by him. The film had been started before I went. Here we have two clauses. Let us change only the first one. Let us leave the second one, second clause. Let us not touch. The first clause is in past perfect tense. The film had been started. And is it in active voice or passive voice? Passive voice. Here the subject is understood. Someone starts the film. They. Based on that, they had started the film before I went. They had started the film before I went. Don't touch the clause before I went. Now look at this one. They had started the film. Active voice, past perfect. How does it change to passive voice? The film had been started before I went. The film had been started by them understood. Based on that here, they had started the film. He will have been taken to a safe place. First, you have to know it is future perfect tense and not active voice, passive voice. He will have been taken to a safe place. And how do you change it to passive voice? Here, the subject is understood. If you don't know that, it becomes a problem. Complete sentence, he will have been taken to a safe place by them. Keeping that in mind, they will have taken, they will have taken him to a safe place. Focus on they will have taken him. How does it change to passive voice? He will have been taken by them, understood, to a safe place. That doesn't change. That's all for today. And do remember, perfect tenses in passive voice very important. Quite often they ask questions based on perfect tenses and also perfect tenses in passive voice. And we cannot change perfect continuous tenses to passive voice. What are the perfect continuous tenses? There are three in number: present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, future perfect continuous. We cannot change. That's all for today. Thank you very much.